I was looking for the, I don't come to where you make burgers, or I don't go make burgers where you work.
And then tell you how to make. And then he just goes, and then he,
Ah,
ah, you got me.
yeah, so I hope you weren't sitting there too long.
No, it was probably about a minute.
Okay, so not
Yeah,
bad,
not
not
bad.
bad. Phil, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, sir.
This is a big moment for a lot of people, including myself.
Are we recording this already?
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes. See, like, when you see the red numbers in the top left,
Yeah, I said
that should be a indication.
it is a dead giveaway. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be sure.
At Starbucks today, and it's horrible. Like, this is horrible.
I'm not a big Starbucks guy, I'll be honest. Of course, I'm
N
also not a coffee guy, period. So that would kind of
Really?
solve
Not
that.
at all?
Nope. All natural. I'm hot I drink hot chocolate.
What's your secret? Hot chocolate.
I do love some good hot chocolate.
Um,
And
well,
Starbucks is inferior to Big B when it comes to hot chocolate. That's all I
okay.
can base it off of.
I understand. That's a good rating system. Uh, so Will's taking a step back. I talked to you about that,
Yep.
and more of just a once in a while type of guy.
Yeah.
And then you plan on being here every Sunday if we
I
can do it early,
yeah.
which we talked about maybe doing even like 6 or 7 a.m.
I'm down to do that at some point because that'd be a great trial
You,
run.
next time you have to have the light a little better because it's just like so dark over your face right
Let
now.
me uh
Like
let
you
me
look like
give
a villain.
can I give something a shot? We'll see
Sure.
if it works. Maybe it
Well,
won't.
yeah. Will would walk away halfway through the show, so why not get yours out of the way now?
Yeah, thanks. Does that make it any better?
It's a little better.
A little
I
bit
think it's
better?
just the angle of the camera maybe as
I
well.
mean,
You're doing fine.
the thing is the window is just right there and it's just kind of tough.
I do. Now, Phil, we had us early run in with you us taking over the new producer role. I asked you to review an episode, and
That's
you
that's it.
responded by saying, or I said, what's any highlights? And you said nothing in particular. After listening to a whole show and agreed to do clips.
That is on me. That was an oversight. That was an
No,
oversight.
I literally thought we had another Will situation because then you go, "Hey, by the way, I'm going to bed, so if I don't answer, I'll get you in the morning." And oh,
Yeah,
I was really concerned.
but you
But
know
then
me.
you did send timestamps. You did
Yes, I
do it
did.
after all.
And
Didn't clip we didn't clip them, but
I mean, I would have if I had the audio.
what do you mean have the audio?
I need the
Like the
audio.
actual file?
Yeah, I need the file.
Okay. Why didn't you ask me?
I mean, we've talked about it before.
I don't think that's true.
I I,
I
I think
don't.
it is.
Did you record it? Was it on the show?
Yeah, it
Uh,
it might have been while we were when we were in discussions for it. So these were all
so it
fumbled.
wouldn't be on the show like it is now.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
We can call Verizon. I'll call Verizon. I'll get the records.
I don't think that's necessary. I don't think they're gonna take the time to deal with us. I'll be honest.
It'd be a good episode. Let's just call them. Let's just give them a call.
You're all about the prank calls. Is that gonna come back now that you're
It's so
back? Are you
funny.
gonna keep pushing me to make calls?
I think I might.
Nick in Boise?
Nick in Boise. He was a heck of a guy.
You don't know that. He could be an axe murderer.
He, you know,
He could.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that one because you might be right. Hey, I'm a nice guy.
Oh my god. The movie quotes are back.
They are.
Um, anyway, I texted you some topics,
Yes.
and I wanted to start out with, my Menards and Chick-fil-A crusade that
I'm,
happened.
I'm so excited.
You shouldn't be. It's not
Men-
that great.
Menards was one of those places. It's funny that side note, my dad always pushed me to try to get a job there. It's like you should work at Menards. You should really work at Menards. They got a good structure, good benefits and everything. I'm like, Dad, I really don't. I've already applied. I don't think that they want me. He's like, well, you should keep pushing.
No, here's what's beautiful about what you just did, Phil, is that's something I would have probably yelled at Will for immediately for interrupted as I'm about to start, but you turned it into something actually entertaining.
And I thought about it before I said it. I was like, okay, let's see what's Nick gonna say. I'm not just gonna chime in.
No,
Menard.
I really enjoyed that anecdote. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you.
Well placed anecdote, my friend.
Thank you. My friend.
No, but I was working on replacing these light tubes that we have in our bathroom upstairs for,
Mhm.
like, the long fluorescent things,
Yeah.
you know? So I went to Menards to do that. 1 second.
I feel like that would have to been a pain.
Well, it was because well, first of all, I got there, like, 10 minutes before close, which is like, you just feel like an asshole. You pull up, you're the only car in the parking lot, like, and you just know every single employee you see hates you,
I
like,
mean, at
hates
least
you.
it's not a restaurant.
Oh, still, but
I know.
still,
I know.
that's not that much better.
I know.
And my phone was on, like, 6%, so, like and I needed the pictures of, like
Right.
so so I walk in and I'm in the, like, light section, and uh I literally can't find anything in, like, even the right size. Like, there's just and I'm like, "There's just nothing here." And then I tried to find someone. Well, the person who normally is in the light section, I guess, was not there. So it was this other it was like a kid cleaning up, and then this lady trying to help me. And neither of them could make heads or tails of what I was trying to show them. Um, and then I'm looking around, and then Haley, thankfully, it was like a CIA drone. She had already looked at the aisle it was supposed to be in. Wasn't where I was. So, so then I walk over to that section, and I'm like, "Oh, this looks much more familiar. This this does seem good." Um, so
Don't
then
get me started on aisles and things not being where they should be.
I won't
Alright,
get you started.
alright, thanks. Sorry for that interruption.
Once again, though, you make me laugh when you do it. So you're 2 for 2.
Well, I'm glad.
You go for 3, I promise.
I swear to you.
Um, but anyway, so I'm in the right aisle, but I got my phone on, like, really low brightness because 'cause I'm trying to save it, so I'm, like, really, like, staring at my phone, and once again, no one there can really help, and, um, like, I knew exactly what I needed. It was a Philips T8 fluorescent tube, 4 feet, and a cool white. That's exactly what I needed, and let me tell you something, there was nothing matching that description. Um, so I just picked one. I get him in the car, and then I'm like, uh, Haley calls to see how it went. I'm like, it didn't go well. I did not have a good time, and I probably got the wrong thing. Um, so then she's like, okay, well, you want to just get fast food on your way home? So I'm like, yeah, sure. My phone's dying. So then I'm like, okay, uh, I'm gonna go on Reynolds, anything's there, and then I see Chick-fil-A's open, and I'm like, perfect. I'm like, hey, I can make it to Chick-fil-A. Do an illegal U-turn, go over to Chick-fil-A. And then she's trying to give me her order. Hang up with her. I order, and it's just me in one of her car, right? And there's just no one else around. But
That's
then
weird.
after I order, it's now both lanes are full and all the way backed up, right? I get around the corner and I pay. And then I get up to where they hand you the food, and the girl goes, "Hey, we got 5 more minutes for one of your sandwiches. Pull up to the orange cone and make sure you get over." But she kind of mumbled it, but I think she said, "Make sure you get over to the left." It's a narrow driveway. Okay, I want to emphasize it. It's very narrow as is.
I'm aware. I've been there.
And I pull up and I go to the left, and I'm at the orange cone. I followed all the instructions. As I'm sitting there, like 4 cars behind me all get their food. Like they're all ready to go, and it's just me.
Well, yeah.
And the first guy pulls up and stops, and he doesn't go around me. And like whether there's enough space or not, there's not because he decided there wasn't. And now I just look like the guy who's just holding up the entire line. And as I'm sitting there, 5 minutes became 10 minutes for this fucking sandwich, and everyone in the line has their food except me, who's in the front. And like people are honking, like it's becoming a real problem. And I can see I'm looking in the mirror at the girl who told me where to park, and she's like pointing at my car. I can tell they're like, yeah, this fucking idiot can't. He like we wouldn't be here right now. Like she's her and the customers are like bonding again their hatred for me. So then she hands me the food, and as I pull off, like 10 straight cars are all pulling off because literally it was all just waiting for me. Then she had put I might have been retaliation. She had put the lids on very loosely for the drinks, so the drinks were kind of spilling. So I picked those up, I put them in the cup holder, but I had a full stand cup of water. So now I need to move that. So I dump that, sprays in my face, and then I put that on the ground. And as I do, I drop it back onto the lids that were already crushed. So now we're just soda everywhere at this point. I have 2 lights that probably aren't going to work. Which way, spoiler, they didn't. They were the wrong lights after all of this. Great time, just a great time. And I want to point out that if you tell someone to pull over to an orange cone, you should instruct the other person to go around. There was room. I did not need to be persecuted for. You said you've been there. That was not my fault.
What was it? Which one was it? There's 2
The one
Chick-fil-A's
across
that are
from
near
Menards.
us.
The one across from Menards, and what? You know what I'm talking about? Airport.
Oh, on airport. Oh, okay, that one. There were 2 that I was thinking of, and I'll be honest, that was neither of them. So I don't think I've ever been to that one. Yeah,
Well, I thought
stay
you had
away.
my back. My
Stay,
point
stay,
being, it was not.
I always have your back. Stay away from the one on airport.
Chick-fil-A's in general, except for the one on Central is not bad in terms
That
of
one is ran great,
the one on Central.
in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like that one. But oh, you see a new one's coming to Mommy?
No.
And shit, what's the other thing? What's the famous like gas station? Sheets and Sheets
I
is coming to
saw
Mommy.
that. I saw
Yeah, so
that.
I think Chick-fil-A too.
I had never even heard of the Sheets or Sheets.
I've heard of it. I don't really know what like is so exciting about it. Like some for them food, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, let's go, I guess. I saw one person share that story when it happened. And they're like, well, I mean, I love the snacks inside. Like, just go to a gas station for snacks. I mean, good for you, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to bash it because gas station snacks, especially when you're going on a road trip, it's top notch.
What's your go-to?
I'm a combos. I think combos is my go-to for a
Yeah, that's
road
not
trip
bad.
snack.
I tell you what, that's not bad.
How about yourself?
I I might go the same. Honestly, I mean, I would maybe go. No, see, I don't like to do candy too much.
I
So
don't
yeah,
either. I will do Twizzlers if it's a
yeah,
road
not like
trip.
candy.
Right.
Right.
Sweet. And I have a weakness for sweets. Step
Uh, no, I got it. Believe you me. Um. All right, Phil. The people have been waiting for it. Want to get into your mock draft that you've been trying to get on the show for 3 years? I'm gonna let you do it.
for 3.
I'm gonna let you do it.
You know,
Today's the day.
I almost did a different one. You know, and now I gotta find because I sent it to you, right?
I don't think so.
I didn't send it to you.
I don't think you did because of my typical attitude about mock drafts.
Oh no, I remember. I sent it to you. I'm gonna find it.
No,
Yes, I did. I'm positive.
no,
Yes.
no,
No,
stop.
Nick.
Quit lying.
Just my general feeling towards everybody here. Yep, right here. I got it. So what picks are you interested in?
Phil, this is your segment. Do a mock draft. Do it however you would dream of doing it.
Okay. You know what? Thanks.
All right, we're gonna throw it over to Filet with his mock draft. Go ahead, Phil.
All right. Well,
Why are you
Chicago.
whispering? Hold on. Hold on. Just take a breath. I was introducing you, so I kind of changed my voice a little bit. I don't think you need to start by matching my tone on the way out. Okay, let's just run it back. All right, ready?
Thanks, I appreciate. Yeah.
Okay. now, now, all right, Phil, take it away with your mock draft.
All right, thank you very much, Nick. I really appreciate it. This mock draft is brought to you by the 3 Podcast. If you're looking for...
Hold on. Again, I'm not trying to railroad you here, but if you're doing it on the 3 Show, I don't think you need to say it's presented by. I would just let's just get into the mock.
Okay,
all right.
We'll just
this time, just go straight for the mock. Ready?
All right. Caleb Williams going number 1 to Chicago.
No, hold on. We haven't started yet. I still got to pass it to you.
Oh, okay.
All right, Phil, take it away with your mock draft.
Thank you, Nick. Well, I think with the first pick, I feel like that's a foregone conclusion. I think Caleb Williams is going to Chicago, and I think Washington's going to go with Jaden Daniels, quarterback from LSU, just because I think it's between Jaden Daniels.
Who's number 3?
What was that?
Who's number 3? Let's keep it. Remember,
I have Drake May.
Okay.
Drake May number 3, but I
three
also
quarterbacks.
think 3 quarterbacks right off the board. But the one shakeup that I did hear about, which I found very interesting, I think that the Vikings could try to trade up because they did get a second first-round pick. And I think at that first-round pick, I think that they could get J.J. McCarthy. But I heard that their quarterbacks coach is actually Josh McCown, and Josh McCown coached Drake May in high school.
Are these your sources? We got sources from Filet?
That was a story. That I saw, and I looked it up, and from
Sports let's finish out your top 5 here.
All right. So Jaden Daniels 2, Drake May 3, Marvin Harrison to the Cardinals at 4. And then number 5, I got Malik Neighbors going to the Chargers.
Now, do you agree, we've talked about this, that the Bears this is a really stupid move, just in general, getting rid of Fields and taking Caleb, or no? I know you like Caleb more than I do, but either way, would you have gotten rid of Fields like that?
Being a Lions fan, I was happy that they got rid of Fields because they never really put the things around Fields for him to really succeed. And now they're
what about just not as a Lions fan? Just in general, just as a...
stupid move.
Okay.
They should have traded that pick.
So it's the same take, just with less passion.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't believe that he went for nothing, and you and I have talked about Caleb Williams, I think, more than any other draft prospect
ever.
I mean, and I don't think we need to have that full debate. Right? We could, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I said this on the last episode. You and I have talked about it. I think you even agree that his ceiling isn't this generational talent. You see his ceiling as more just an above average guy.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be out of this world. Because I mean, look at all the other quarterbacks that were supposed to be next level. I mean, the one that I always think of that everybody talks about is Andrew Luck.
Exactly.
Luck was always good, but I never thought that he was great.
Oh, so I think Luck was great. But I think another example of at least close to that was Stroud this past year.
Yeah, Stroud played incredible, but I'm saying leading up to it, nobody was talking about Stroud like that. But I agree, Stroud.
But he was still a top 1 or 2 pick. Was the debate? I mean, it's different than what you're saying, but I think the hype was still there because I mean, if Bryce Young did well and Stroud sucked, I mean, all the criticism would be, it's just kind of
right
how it goes.
No, and there was definitely debate between Stroud and Young, but I feel like everybody kind of knew. And obviously, you look at it and it seems obvious now, but I think that everybody knew that Young was going to go number one, even though now, in hindsight, the Panthers would have taken Stroud every single time. I don't care what they say.
Well, and that's the other thing too is like even without like it's impossible for me to say that without semen bias because I'm such an Ohio State fan. But
Right.
so obviously to me there wasn't a question because Stroud was bigger, and I've watched. It's also fair that I've watched him more than any other quarterback. So
Right.
some of the throws he would make, you just knew he was different, and, like just ready for the NFL. But it's crazy they transitioned so well.
Right.
Um, but I'm with you, and as we talked about before with the Bears pick, the odds of nailing that pick and it being so good it resets your franchise is so slim that I
Right.
don't see why you wouldn't take every opportunity to build with the guy you already have, then reset this thing.
Right. And the thing is, if you gave Fields an O line in Chicago, that's a
Right.
problem. And
Just an O line.
he already had DJ Moore. They just got
Right.
Keenan Allen.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Why would you not let this guy keep trying, as opposed to being like, all right, we're gonna stock the cupboards for a rookie. Like
right?
I get why you do both, but I'm saying like you already got the guy that is gonna be cheaper even if the Williams Finch works out.
Yep. And
Uh,
even I heard a thing that was saying that the Bears were offered a better trade, but they didn't take it just because they wanted to give
yeah,
Fields the destination that he wanted.
there was the whole we wanted to do right by him or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I don't know
And
how
they
true that is. And if you're a team, I guess you don't have to do that, or you could lie about that. Like I'm not saying that, but that's kind of thing where like, do they treat their players well?
and
Like
they handled that trade scenario terribly because they
right,
let people know. They let them know, yeah, we're looking to trade him.
right. Because then what? What's the what's the
You're showing your hand. If you would
right,
say, "Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do at number one," then people are gonna give you more than a 6th-round pick. That could be a 4th if he plays 51% of the snaps, but that only gonna happen in Pittsburgh if Wilson
right,
goes down.
right?
So,
I do like that spot for him though.
oh, I do too, because if Wilson's only there for a year, then you can give it to Fields.
Why don't you finish your top 10 for the mock draft?
All right, top 10, and then so Malik
Just go
Neighbors
quick.
went 5. I had the Giants taking Joe Alt, the O lineman from Notre Dame. I almost put McCarthy there, and
Why?
because I've read before that there were multiple people in New York that were already fed up with Daniel Jones, and so had Joe Alt going to the Giants, Quinyon Mitchell, Toledo guy, going to the Titans at 7. Falcons taking Dallas Turner, edge rusher from Alabama. A lot of people think that he'll be great. And then I have the Bears taking an O lineman, uh, Fontenot from Washington, and then 10 the Jets taking Roma Dunze, giving Aaron Rodgers a first round receiver, something that the Packers would never do.
So how often do you make a change to your mock draft? When will you review it next?
This is already the first time that I've never done that. I've never done 2 this early.
Okay.
I
So
think the
so you're
most
on
I've
it early. So is this gonna be like a weekly shakeup? Like if you have a change?
I think I'm gonna wait for my next one. I can do one whenever you want me to, but
Well, I understand that, but I also think I didn't know if you had like a set like I'm gonna check every week type of thing.
no, it's honestly kind of one of those things. If I just have a day and I don't have anything to do, I'm like, you know what?
Let's run a mock.
Let's throw let's run a mock
Let's
because
run
there's
a
always
mock.
something that happens. Like with the Lions, for instance. And this when I did this mock, I was like, they literally can just take best player available, and then Cam Sutton just goes missing, and they cut him.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, secondary is what we signed the most, so I guess it's not glaring, but at the same time, I'm like, well, you should probably take somebody or sign somebody. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm just hoping for the best.
Well, this has been running amok with filet mignon.
Yes.
Phil,
Running amok.
well,
I
you're a
love
man
it.
of many. You're a man of many hats. You're also a rapper.
I am. That I am.
So why don't you take us into this Drake Future Kendrick situation?
So I just found it interesting that Kendrick took it as like, did you think that it was a diss with when J. Cole said people arguing about the top three, is it K Dot, Aubrey, or me? I didn't take that as a diss in any way, but it almost sounds like J.
I
Cole
don't.
did.
No, I don't think. You're saying Kendrick did?
Yeah, that's what I meant, not J. Cole.
I don't think it was more of that. I think J. Cole just happened to be on a song with a guy who Kendrick hates, or
Right,
um, I think him and J. Cole, it's more just competition. Where like Drake, I think he just hates Drake.
right. And honestly, in my opinion, I think it's when he said that line and said, "Put those 3 as the top 3," I'm like, "Okay, well, it's really, in my opinion, it's Kendrick and J. Cole, and then Drake's kinda far down."
But that's I, I'm not
In
saying
my
you're right or
opinion.
wrong, but like that is so subjective that like
I know.
because I mean if you but that's kind of what Kendrick's line was about was if you go by numbers, yeah, Drake's Michael Jackson, he gets all these records, but Kendrick's Prince,
Right.
I don't know. I think
But I
Kendrick's been
also
wanting this to happen for a long time.
there was a, because in one of I'm frustrated because I'm trying to think of what song it was. I've been trying to think of what song it was. In one of Drake's verses, at the end of it, he says, "Beat it," and he says, "Beat it," like 3 times, and I think that that was partially part of the diss.
Oh,
Well,
he's referenced himself as like Michael Jackson a few times.
yeah, yeah, and so
So I
when
definitely think that's part of the diss.
right,
Um, right.
it just it's exciting. When's the last time we've had a rap beef
Well, we'll see how far
between
it goes.
good
I
rappers?
I mean, would you consider Meek and Drake?
Not really. It's
No.
entertaining. I would consider it entertaining. And
Uh,
also, another part is the fact that, is it Future and Drake that hate each other?
I see. I didn't know about any of that, but apparently Drake and Metro and all of them.
Mhm. So I found that very interesting. I'm like,
Well, I was
so
reading some of the stuff about
uh,
like Drake's been supposedly taking shots at him for years or whatever.
dude, I'm just I'm just happy. I'm excited. I'm excited for the retaliation. I'm just here for it. But you said you didn't really like the verse.
I didn't love it the first time I heard it. Just I don't know. I mean, when I listened to it, I mean, obviously the lyrics of it were good. I just didn't like the flow of it the first time, like the kind of
Okay.
pauses in it. But I mean, I think I was also just trying to down it, but it was actually pretty sweet. I
That's
mean,
fair. And this is what I said to somebody else of with Kendrick, I think he's so good. Even if you don't like the song, you can not be a fan of a song and still be like, yeah, he's still great.
right? Yeah, you
And
can recognize the skill.
right, exactly. And Kendrick's one of the first guys I was like, yeah, it's not really my thing, but it's there. But it's still very impressive.
But you're a huge Kendrick fan now, right?
I am. Yeah, I'm a big
Okay,
Kendrick
okay.
fan now. To Pimp a Butterfly was a fantastic album.
Oh yeah, that was a
And
great
that
album.
and that was one, for instance, like numerous of those songs, I was very much like, it's not really my style, but this is great.
Right,
And it was
right.
very different the way it was all set out. Like if you listen to this album, one song to the next, they all played into the next song.
Right, and at the end, he's, like, interviewing Tupac or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. No, I remember I stayed up. I was in college, we were on a Florida trip for baseball, and I stayed up to listen to that album when it dropped, which was, like, 4 in the morning.
It's a great song. College. What
Yeah.
what a time. What a time
It
to be
was
alive.
yes, yes. What the fuck?
Can you imagine if we would have been in college together? The stories, the
Nothing
laughs,
that different, I don't think.
the laughs that we would have had.
Oh, man, the laughs.
Oh goodness. When this is all over, I think you and I should get an apartment together.
I think you should sit the next couple of plays out. You know what? Sit the next few mocks out.
Okay. Thanks. So you're gonna take them? You're gonna take them over?
Oh, yeah, I'm just Ohio State players, entire first round.
They put Ohio State players. Hey, this is off the cuff. Uh, Ohio State players, top 5. You,
What?
your top 5 Ohio State players.
Just all time?
Yep. I know
Um,
I'm putting you on the spot here.
no, well, it just depends because I the same guy's been number 1 for a really long time, but Ted Ginn Jr., I think I would have to have number 1. Um,
Troy Smith in your top 5.
Troy Smith is definitely in the top 5. I'm trying to decide if he's 2 or 3. I'm gonna put him at 2 for now.
Are any current Ohio State players in your top 5?
You know,
Maserati Mar?
usually I like to be respectful, wait till they graduate to consider them. You know, I like to
He's pretty much already graduated.
No, um, you know what? I'm gonna put Stroud in there too. So I will go Ted Ginn, Troy Smith, CJ Stroud. Garrett Wilson was always one of my favorites. Really big Garrett Wilson guy. Uh, can I put a coach in? Can I put Jim Tressel in?
Go for Jim. I respect it.
Yes, Jim Tressel.
I go,
You
no
know,
Dane Sanzenbacher.
no Dane Sanzbacher, no Anthony Gonzalez. I did consider them. No Chris Gamble. I was a big Chris Gamble guy.
AJ Hawk.
You know, if we didn't want to be all politically correct, Maurice Clarett, maybe he's on my list. I'm just saying.
Hey.
I watched that man as a freshman rip a ball away from Sean Taylor in a national championship game. Phil, that means a few things. The freshman, the poise. God, he was good. Why do you have to leave?
He was.
I was a little kid, Maurice. You didn't have to do this. We could have won more titles together.
That's fantastic. Oh God, so much fun, so much fun.
And Ted Ginn Jr. getting hurt on the opening kickoff return for Florida against Florida in the national championship.
Wasn't that the one where which one was it where Ted Ginn took it to the house?
What did I just say?
That was Florida.
Yes.
That's what I thought. But when you said he got hurt, I didn't
realize
hurt.
He got hurt. He got hurt after the touchdown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He got hurt in the celebration.
Oh,
that's why you don't celebrate. Or did he fake an injury? Again, right. Hot takes. I
can relate that to the Lions. Stephen Tulloch.
Fake an injury like Jackson Smith.
Well, he got a sack and then he tore his ACL celebrating. Like that kind of backfired on him, but
what? Taking a second. Speaking of gambling,
I like it.
No, I was trying to think of a transition and it didn't quite work out, so I'm just gonna do it hard. Did you look into this at all to Shohei Ohtani?
No, I didn't hear about it.
I texted you to list some topics.
I know. I didn't see the show.
It says Ohtani gambling.
Oh. I'll be honest, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I missed that one.
Hey, here's a little live producer test. How about you pop that in old Google and take a look? Tell me what you see.
Alrighty, I will do it. I have no Ohtani in here.
What?
I'm reading it. I have California Cannibal.
Well, we didn't get to that yet. Spoilers, Phil. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Idiot.
Idiot.
God, Phil.
You ruined everything.
God, you are the worst.
No way.
Yeah, keep producing that two-rate podcast over there.
This has got to be a clip.
Shut up. Don't say it out loud. Don't be weird about it. You're being so weird. God.
So it's around his interpreter?
Okay, so yeah, so he's supposedly he was gambling, obviously, and I think he was betting on baseball games, but his interpreter's taken to fall, is what people are saying. People think Ohtani's been gambling and all this.
That's some risky business.
Clip that. There you go. That's risky business. I'm Phil Holtz, hardened crackpot reporter. That's risky stuff, Ohtani. You can't be taking your contract to MGM.
Oh God. It's fantastic. What kind of bets do you think he was making?
I don't know. I have no idea. But how much money do you have to be spending for your to get flagged like that? Like every game, you know what I mean? Like how do they?
I don't know.
Yeah, this Ohtani guy would bring in the bets himself under an assumed name.
Garagely.
It was Shohei O'Reilly.
It's weird that he has the same first name and the last name is pretty close, but I think we're gonna write it off. There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way that's the same guy. His interpreter? No. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what exactly the plan is for Major League Baseball. I mean, obviously this is like their biggest star right now, too.
Yeah. They're gonna let it go. Much like the steroids.
The what? Let it go?
Yeah.
I
said much like steroids. Should have just let it go.
Much like Michael Jordan.
Let him do it.
Let him do it. Even if he did do it, you know what I mean?
Think about the game. Think about the game. It'd be so much more electric if they just allowed steroids.
Oh yeah. It is crazy though, the Ohtani thing, because everyone's talking about Bruno Mars being in debt to MGM Casino. Now Ohtani and gambling.
How much is he in debt?
Who?
Bruno.
Well, some people are saying it's not true, but supposedly like several, like almost 100 million or something like that.
It's insane. I lost $10 the other night and I was in shambles.
It's going to come out that Shohei Ohtani and Bruno Mars are in some gambling network, and Bruno Mars was tailing Shohei's bets, but the Angels just sucked so bad that he couldn't pull it off.
That'd be a shame.
Bruno Mars has covered it all up for Shohei. I can't let Mr. O'Reilly go down.
Talk about a plot twist.
They would both just sign their contracts over to MGM every week on a parlay.
Now coming in for his weekly performance, Shohei O'Reilly.
Why does he have to perform with Bruno Mars? Why? They both have jobs. They don't need to switch.
They have to keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah, Shohei with his $500 million contract really needs to get in there and try to
break dance,
catch a grenade for you.
Oh, nice. God, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
What? No.
Oh, This one's awful. Also off the cuff. Somewhat kind of related to that joke.
Okay.
What if everyday people like you and me could be traded from our jobs?
Oh, that's a fun one. I don't know if you and I have talked about this before, but I've seen the concept around. That'd be awesome.
It'd be fantastic.
But the problem I would I
Sorry
know
for
everyone
like,
probably had the same issue, but I came down to what would the championship look like? Like, because clearly you're trying to build the best company, but for what? And there's different industries, and you can't like what is the goal of a factory compared to the goal of a sales,
right.
Like how are they going to compete on the
How do
same
they
level if they're
align?
different? What?
How do they align? Is the
Yeah,
goal.
how do they
Yeah.
align? Or could you trade entire parts of our organization? Like, could the corporate for Subaru be fucking
Right.
getting traded over? Who know? I
Could
don't
it
know.
be could it be like, hey, this company trades $3 billion and whatever 400 of its workers that they want for Elon Musk.
Well, see, that's the thing is like every about 99% of companies would have to try to be Moneyball and really scrape together, have a scrappy, you know, second shift that really holds the backbone of the company together or something. But while the other companies would be so big that they would be like, we don't need to trade anything or do anything
Yeah,
because you know,
we're
yeah, that's
so
no fun. You don't want to lose the championship every year to fucking Amazon.
we have to really be enticed to trade away our top cashier who works every single shift.
That's what I mean. Like it would straight up be Moneyball. It's like, listen, we don't have all the fancy employees and corporate structure of Amazon. I understand that, but what we have is a great janitor. The place is clean.
I was just about to say the same thing. I
Yeah,
swear.
well, you're a huge fan of janitors. You've mentioned that before. Um, the we got a really friendly grocery clerk. We trimmed the fat a little bit. We don't have a greeter anymore. There's no need for that. People know us. We know them, and we have a great bagger. He keeps every lane going. And you would be proud of that. You'd win 60 games a year, and you'd go home and sleep at night. But if you want to be Amazon and fucking win a championship and be cutthroat, you probably buy out other teams' contracts and just shut the company down.
You gotta go with the big dogs, like Costco. Be Costco. Take out the Millers.
Well, that's the thing. They would have. Costco has sent a deal to the league office. They just bought out all the employee contracts for Millers and are shutting it down. They've absolved the Millers.
They go, what is Miller's? Oh, it's this very big powerhouse supermarket in White House, Ohio. It's exactly.
The place was awesome.
It was awesome. They had milkshakes that I would go to. I would go for those, and then it
Would
shut
you?
down. I was like, where am I supposed to get them?
Hey, that's risky business,
That's life in the big city.
That's a life in the big city.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love those little tidbits that you throw into those shows. It's just fun. It's
Hey,
just
thanks, man.
fun.
It's just fun. It's just a good time.
I love it.
Is it so? What's up with all these cannibals?
We're running rampant, apparently.
Well, there's a one in California, man. What's this about Ford Field having bodies?
It's just kneecaps. People missing their kneecaps. That's all it is.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Biting kneecaps in Ford Field. I don't know if you noticed. We made it to the NFC Championship game. But I don't know if you've ever been to Ford Field, Nick. You should bring a coat.
I don't know if you've ever been to Alaska.
It's pretty cold. So what's up? So what's up with these California cans?
Sorry.
That was very short-lived.
Well, no, you really threw me off there by just going into the Lions again.
Well, you brought up the Ford Field one.
Well, there's supposedly a body found there. I think it was a hoax, but still, I thought you'd be up to date on this.
It was too, because I didn't hear about it.
Well,
Let's
then,
let's do some digging.
well, due to California one, because apparently someone was eating. Well, I think it was on the highway. Let me see. Well, that's why I was more concerned. I thought this was like an epidemic of cannibals, but if it's a hoax, thank God.
California canine.
Well, here's what I got. California man arrested for allegedly eating a severed leg that he took from a pedestrian who was struck by a train. Wasco, California.
See, I searched it, and the first thing that pops up is Donner Party on Wikipedia, which I
Well,
had never heard
I
of.
would assume.
Some of the migrants resorted to cannibalism to survive, primarily eating the bodies of those who had succumbed to starvation.
Well, is this one a hoax too, or is this real?
That was on Wikipedia.
Why are you on Wikipedia for
I'm
a
not
current news story?
I'm not on it. I just searched what you told me to look for, and that's what showed up.
You typed in Wasco man eating leg.
No, I searched up California cannibal, which is what you texted me.
No, but then I said look up Wasco because the guy's from Wasco.
Oh,
Oh, well, I got it right here. Man arrested after allegedly taking leg of pedestrian after train incident in Wasco. So he's a 27-year-old. At 8 a.m. they were so 8 a.m. in the morning. This guy's just eating a leg at a train station.
what kind of leg? A human leg?
Are you fucking kidding me? Asking that question.
I'm kidding. I am kidding.
Okay.
Oh goodness, this is weird. Now I'm looking into this Donner Party
Why? Why?
because
Why?
that's what all of these results are, and it's
So,
fascinating.
send me a link. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I'm going to text you it. I'm texting you it right now.
Okay. Okay. Dead air. I don't have.
Dead air. I'm not a big fan. Just search. Actually, I could tell you to just search. No, I'm just gonna send you National
text it?
Geographic. Fascinating, riveting stuff. You're getting a message right now.
I'm not.
Sent. It's loading. Delivered. I'm sorry for this dead air. This dead air is,
It's what. Don't be. Don't be too
it's
sorry.
just we're
They
just
should
letting it go.
listen. They
What's
should
up with
be.
this? What's up with this first tweet about with a Neuralink?
Oh well, you start looking at that. I'm gonna read your Donner Party.
Okay, I'm gonna look into this
Why?
Neuralink.
Why did you send me this? What is this? What's the point of this?
That's when I looked up California cannibal. That's what showed up.
You have to enter your email to read this article. Are you shitting
Oh,
me?
I don't know. Just look up California
You
cannibal on
sent me
Google.
spam. You just sent me
No,
spam, Phil.
National Geographic.
National spam graphic.
Apparently, well,
Yeah.
I'm able.
God.
I guess I can't read it.
Yeah, but the guy who got the implant tweeted something. I guess the Neuralink thing.
So there was a guy. So it's been done now.
What's that?
I didn't realize that it had been done.
The implant?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that happened a while ago.
I'd heard about it.
Yeah, so it's
That one that
official.
I just sent is non-spam. You can click that one.
You are still on this party. Oh my god. Okay.
It's
No,
fascinating.
but the Neuralink guy, yeah, and apparently he tweeted something. Go look that up.
Neuralink first tweet.
Twitter banned me because they thought I was a bot at X, and at Elon Musk reinstated me because I am. To which Elon Musk quote tweeted that and said, "First ever post made just by thinking, using the @Neuralink telepathy device."
Neuralink's first human patient able to control mouse through thinking.
What do we think of this, Phil? I know you're a doomsday guy.
I am. I'm not saying that it's not impressive and amazing that can be done.
I mean, yeah, that's okay. Now
It's
that we got that out of the way.
it's just scary.
Yeah, well,
I think it's
yes.
terrifying. What do you think about it?
How far do we need to go? You know? Like,
Oh, like how much do we have to figure out what's really yeah,
well, no, just in technology, like, how much more do we need
right,
here? Like,
right.
I
'Cause
don't know.
plus
I have no idea how this plays out. I mean, you sit there and you're like, huh, you know, iRobots. Every time I see this, I think of that movie.
exactly. And we thought it was a good idea.
Hey,
It's
that thing that ended in disaster. Let's actually try it.
we're gonna try that in real life. Did you hear? And that's very similar to the because I remember hearing a story about people that were going to try to use dinosaur DNA and try to bring them back. Like, there's literally a movie about this ending
I just,
horribly wrong.
I was just thinking about that story because I do remember that, and also Haley and I started watching the Jurassic Parks from the first one to the last one.
What
The
would
old ones are much better
that would be terrifying?
if they actually did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine a
Oh,
pterodactyl just coming out of nowhere picking you up. Because you're not living, you're not surviving a pterodactyl picking you up. You think they're scared?
definitely not.
They're not. That is crazy.
Which I wanted to do the better than Oppenheimer segment.
Yeah.
So we watched Roadhouse with Haley's dad. Not a fan. It's worse than Oppenheimer.
Oh, really?
So I'm being fair. Roadhouse worse than Oppenheimer.
I'm I'm not gonna lie. That is not the result I was expecting from you.
And then we also watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm gonna say better than Oppenheimer. So Roadhouse worse. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood better than Oppenheimer.
All right.
And Ricky Stenicki is still the #1 movie of the year.
I've never seen it. I haven't seen it
You
yet.
need to watch it. Very,
So it's
very
called
good.
Ricky Stenicki.
Ricky Stenicki. Has
Ricky
John
Stenicki.
Cena in it.
I'm here.
It-
That's all you
It's,
need to say.
it's John Cena, Andrew Santino, Zac Efron.
You kind of lost me a little bit with Zac Efron, but
He's good in it. He's good. Don't think High School don't do that. Don't hold against him who he was when we grew up. Okay, that's not his fault.
okay, that's fair. That's fine.
I just go give this passionate defense of Zac Efron.
You take
I
that
lose my
back.
mind. You take it back.
You
I
take
don't
it
even
back.
care. What else was he in? That I
Dorothy
saw him in
Mantooth.
this. I mean, what?
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
Shut up. What else was Zac Efron in? What was that movie with Seth Rogen?
Oh, Seth Rogen and Zac
Neighbors?
Efron.
Wasn't he in
Oh
that?
yeah, that was Neighbors. Yep.
I think that's the
Were you a
last thing I
fan of
saw
that
him in.
one?
I didn't see that De Niro movie. The
Which
grandpa one, isn't he? You know what I'm talking about?
we're gonna do some research. I'm the producer here. This
I,
is this is you just take a load off.
I like how you just sat there for a second, like, man, I wish we had someone looking this up. Oh wait, that's
Oh
me.
wait,
I
that's
do
what
that.
I can do it. Iron Claw, apparently he was in. Never heard of that. Firestarter, the greatest ever. I'm not seeing any of these movies that when was the one that you were talking about?
I don't know. Was he not in Neighbors? I thought he was in Neighbors with Seth Rogen.
He was. That was in
Okay,
2016. I had to scroll down.
okay. And
Uh,
then I didn't see this, but I think he was in like Bad Grandpa or something with Robert De Niro.
Dirty Grandpa. Yes.
Dirty
Yes, he
Grandpa.
was.
Bad Grandpa was the Johnny Knoxville one, I think.
Yes.
Okay. They came out at the same time, didn't they? It was very confusing. I could be
Worst date
completely
that my
wrong on
wife
that
and I
part.
went on.
Shut up.
That was quite crazy.
What?
Just being the first thing that we hang out and go watch was being Dirty Grandpa or Bad Grandpa.
Hey Phil, you got anything else, or should we go to the last couple of topics here?
Let's.
Well, I just noticed we're almost to an hour, and it felt natural, my friend.
Yeah,
It feels great to have you.
I like it's always a great time. Let's hit the last one.
All right, some quick Ohio State news. Jeremiah Smith lost his black stripe already. This guy is a freak. He's huge. Number 1 receiver coming in, and he's going to get time right away. Very big news there. Running back coach search still ongoing. Again, I think this is one position group that doesn't kill your program if you don't necessarily have a top one right away or whatever.
Question.
It only hurts for recruiting 1 second, Will. And then so we didn't don't look at me like that. We did not get 2 of the coaches that we thought we were going to get for that position. It looks like we're kind of looking elsewhere right now. So go ahead, Phil.
What? I didn't even interrupt. And
I know. I was kidding. What?
What's a black stripe?
So at Ohio State, when you come in as a freshman, you know how they have the red stripe down their helmet?
Yep.
Or scarlet. They cover that with black tape, and you have to earn the right to be a Buckeye or whatever. It's just one of their traditions. A lot of teams do something similar. But when a freshman loses his black stripe, it means he's like officially part of the team.
Okay, that's pretty sweet.
And it's kind of, you see like the people who get it off earlier have a chance of playing, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy got it off in near record time, and I think he's going to play right away as a freshman, which for a wide receiver room at Ohio State, that says a lot. Some Michigan news: one kid's transferring out. Tony Alford's still enemy number 1. And I don't think I have anything else. So I guess I just wanted to hit that quick. Phil, what's the best movie you've watched in the last 4 months?
Oh, goodness. I haven't really watched any movies. You're going to hate me.
The Town.
Oppenheimer.
So you liked it?
I liked it.
All right. Okay. We're all impressed. Congratulations.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me 3 times to watch it because I kept falling asleep.
It was.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was boring.
You have a right. Your points are valid.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
But I don't watch a ton. I just don't watch a ton of movies anymore. More so series. We're working on Breaking Bad.
We're watching Prison Break.
Never seen that one either.
Prison Break's not bad. It's very early 2000s, which is very fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or maybe it was later than that, because I remember in college watching, but it might be 2010s.
I thought it was early 2000s. I thought you were right. I think you were right.
Maybe it's both. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, have you never seen Breaking Bad?
No, this is our first time watching it through.
Haley and I did that, I think, 2 years ago. We had never seen it. We watched it all the way through. Same with Sopranos. We watched both of those.
We're in early 3rd season.
That Walter White, huh?
He's something.
It's risky business.
It's risky business. That's life in the big city.
That's life in the big city. City of big dreams and broad shoulders.
The broadest.
Go watch Windy City Heat, people. One of the greatest movies ever made. Phil, closing thoughts. Say goodbye.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it like that. It sounds like
that was weird. You should have done that.
All right, I appreciate.
No, we're done. We're just
thank you for having me on.
This has been the 3 Dot Podcast.
3 dots.